there was a foreigner na lumapit. Kasi may mga chargers nga kami na may coin-operated pa rin. And he was asking, bakit ganyan pa rin? Napaka-low-tech pa rin nung payment system nyo. Ganun ang tanong niya. So, explain to him. Actually, this came to us as a realization din. Kasi nung una-una namin dinevelop yung charger, the payment system was really top card. Because, of course, ang gusto nga natin with DOST is more advanced technology na. And then we deployed the chargers. Of course, dineploy namin sa mga TODA. Di ba? Then by the time na nagagamitin na nila, parang hindi pa sila aware sa paggamit ng top card. Di ba? Nasabi nga namin during the training, parang ano lang naman po ito, parang ATM. Ganun yun lang po gagamitin. Then we learned na wala pa silang mga ATM. Di ba? So parang ganun, that's the process that we went through first. It's called market validation eh. Kasi gagamitin na nung actual users yung product mo. So you always learn something from your end users. So as a developer, kayo rin, as someone who develops product, always listen to your end users, your customers, always listen to feedback. Kasi ang gusto talaga namin i-push is yung single payment system. But with them, parang mahirap pa sa kanila at that time. And sabi ko nga rin doon sa nagtanong, if you've been to Japan, every street corner may vending machine. May coin slot operated pa rin na payment, di ba? Although may top card, meron na silang credit card, but still meron silang coin operated payment for those na ganun yung gusto. So it's still about inclusivity sa mga clients and the users. It's not just about kung ano yung high-tech na technology, dun lang tayo. So you must adapt. Sundin niyo lang yung implementation namin. So we learned na ganun yung natutunan namin through the years that we're dealing with the users, especially sa mga TODA, especially with mass transportation. So, yes. So just to show you, so parang ano ba itsura ng mga EV stations, especially those na solar-powered, that we are building and developing. So this is still one of the very first that we built. This one is in UP Diliman. So this is fully solar-powered, also with battery storage. So kahit na bumabagyo, blackout, so we can still charge the vehicles, and with solar, so nakakaipon pa rin kami ng energy, even at night time. So it can still operate independently from the grid. So we have a fleet of EVs or E-Trikes in the campus. And meron ding mga cars, of course, mga professors, mga staff na nakakapag-charge. And this one is a deployment in Cagayan. So we have 4 charging stations in Cagayan. Mainly mga E-Trikes din yung magamit. It's also solar assisted. So ito po yung setup namin sa ano. This is in Tuguegarao City. So with QC, we have several charging stations in QC. So this is in the City Hall, serving their electric vehicle fleet. We have 2 charging stations in Barangay Payatas as part of their livelihood program. Parte din po ng TODA na operations. Also solar-powered. And we have a deployment in Pasay City in coordination with DOST NCR. So ginagamit po yan ng TODA ng Pasay City. Recently, we were accompanied by no less than Secretary Solidum dun sa opening or inauguration ng charging stations. We have 2 charging stations, solar-powered also, opened in Dapitan City in Mindanao. For private clients naman, we're setting up chargers also for Golden Arches, McDonald's, and for Mega World. We're setting up chargers sa mga parking lots po nila. So pag nag-park kayo with certain Mega World establishments, makakapag-charge na kayo ng EVs niyo, whether it's e-bike or you have an e-car. So this one is in Eastwood. We have one dito po sa Taguig, sa Uptown Mall. We have in Arcovia City in Pasig. Although this one is in Cavite, sa Gawad Kalinga Village. Nakapag-set up kami ng chargers doon. And one of the recent projects that we had with Mayor Vico Soto in Pasig and also with UNDP, ito yung charging station nila that we built for Pasig City. So this is also fully solar powered that we built in Barangay Santa Lucia along East Bank Road in Pasig City. And I think that's it for the chargers. So just a little more time, i-highlight ko lang yung other activities that we do You'll also see this dun sa display namin sa downstairs. So together with the e-mobility group, so aside from the chargers also, of course with the support of DOST, we're also developing the different electric vehicles already that are manufactured here in the Philippines. So before, when the EV industry started here, puro imported lahat eh. So imported yung parts, so pag may nasira, di ba, medyo hirap yung mga local assemblers natin and distributors na mag-source ng parts. So what also DOE wanted to ensure is magkaroon tayo ng local manufacturing base for EVs, especially yung mga for public transportation. So we were able to come up with several electric vehicles models already. So these are the prototypes that we developed through the project, through the funding of DOST. So we have several E-Trike models. Minamanufacture na po ito. May partner na kami ngayon sa Isabela doing the manufacturing for this. Aside from E-Trikes, we're doing this project for, initially for Intramuros. So watch out for this. This is a fully electric tram that we're developing. Hopefully by November. Sana nasa Intramuros na and you can, pwede nyo sakyan for the tours in Intramuros. And I think for the tour of Ermita, magagamit din ito. So we're also setting up a charging station in Intramuros for this. So this is also funded by DOST, of course. And another one is the bus that we're doing. We'll be rolling out the bus fourth quarter this year, first in Quezon City, because meron pong electric bus system yung Quezon City. So we're planning to also integrate the bus in the Quezon City first for initial testing. So also this is locally developed, especially yung mga major components, just to also strengthen yung local capability natin for electric vehicles. Aside from that, yung nabanggit ko nga, for waterways, this ferry is already operational. This will be inaugurated this October by Secretary and hopefully, sabi rin sa amin, si President PBM will be there for the inauguration. So this will be part of the Pasig River ferry system. So I think libre naman ito, definitely. Just like yung ibang ferries ng Pasig. But this one is fully electric. It's also solar assisted. And we're also setting up chargers in, I think, Napindan and Escolta ba? For this specific model. Yung scale model po nito, nasa baba. And much smaller unit, we also deployed and tested sa Batangas itong site. So this is a fully electric din naman for rural fishing. So we have that converted. Ang feedback sa amin ng mga fisher folks, kasi diesel engine yung ginagamit nila usually, maingay. So pag nag-start yung diesel, nawawala na yung mga isda. So kung pupunta sila dun sa mga areas na may mga isda, kailangan nila magsagwan. So hindi nila nagagamit yung diesel. But with the electric, it's much more silent. So dire-diretso yung operation nila, hindi na disturb yung mga fishes. Yan po. But this one is battery swapping. Because right now, medyo mahirap i-charge. Kasi ang malayo sa Pampang. So nagsaswap kami ng batteries for the bangka for them to continue their operations. Ayun po. So that would be all for this morning. And remember, for CharM, or the Charging in Minutes technology, charge fast and charge smart. So continue to support sustainable transport and green mobility. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Engineer Tayo. May we ask you to remain on stage for a few questions? Ako wala akong question. My comment, it's locally developed technologies address locally. You can't see a tricycle driver na nag-Gcash masyado. They all have coins, right? So that's what the beauty of having the technologies developed locally. So in the interest of time, we can accept one or two questions from the audience. Who would like to ask from the audience regarding CharM and the other electric vehicles developed for land and sea transport? Ay, wala. Really? Seryoso?
Nagugutom na po sila.
Nagugutom na sila. Yeah, but just food for thought. What do you see in the next maybe 3 years in terms of, because the EV sector is really pushing, and it's the charging infrastructure that has to keep up with the increasing number of EVs. Well, what do you see in the near future for the locally developed charging infrastructure as one of the pioneers?
For the locally developed.
Yes.
So definitely, for us, doing local manufacturing, it's still very challenging, especially in terms of the cost. Because for Asia, we have still one of the highest, if not the highest, electricity cost. So for manufacturing, masakit yung ganun. So mataas yung cost. But definitely with the help of the national government, especially with DOST, different agencies, DTI also, DOE definitely, even NEDA. So because we already have the law, we have the EVIDA, or the Electric Vehicle Industry Development Act. And that law specifically points out to the development of the local electric vehicle industry. So may mga incentives na rin na binibigay, especially from DTI, for local manufacturers like us. So definitely, we're thriving, and with the continued support of the local government, especially the UST, for promotion and for R&D, di ba? Makakalaban talaga tayo, even with the imported and foreign charging equipment. And in terms of quality naman, hindi tayo naiiwan with quality. So we have DTI, BPSTL. We do testing for the PS mark or the ICC. So meron po tayong certifications na sinusunod for the equipment. So hindi lang ito laboratory prototype, hindi lang siya ugly prototype. So we have certifications that are being followed by the industry before you can actually sell and install your products. So we can say that we're really at par with international standards.
All right. So thank you, Engineer tayo. Yes, Dr. Corpus, battery researcher.
Hello, congratulations. No, napakaganda ng technology na develop, and yeah, I really admire localization of charging station.
Thank you, sir.
Especially here in the Philippines. So, yung tanong ko is about sa battery. So, what do you see in the next maybe 5 to 10 years? Na the Philippines should focus na battery to develop here in the country. Na, of course, will make your charger maybe sustainable. As of now, this is parang tailored siya for lithium iron phosphate, right?
Not
charger?
exactly, sir.
Not exactly,
Yeah,
okay.
So because of as I mentioned earlier, yung smart communication between the charger and the vehicle, alam niya kung anong battery yung naka-install dun sa vehicle. So whether it's actually if it's lead acid, which is not intrinsically designed for fast charging. So pag nakita ng charger yun, hindi tayo pwede mag-fast charge for this specific vehicle. But usually, predominantly right now, lithium-ion po yung talagang ginagamit ng market. But I think, looking ahead, sodium-ion technology using salt is, sabi nila, yung lower cost alternative and mas environmentally friendly. Because lithium is highly, number one, toxic, and it's mined. Diba? Kasi it's heavy metal. With sodium-ion, sodium is table salt eh. Sodium, di ba? Sa asin. So it's abundant. Seawater, you can extract sodium from seawater. So a lot of experts are saying na magkakaroon din ng revolution for sodium ion as a more stable, yet more cost-effective option compared to lithium ion. So that also, definitely we can accompany that specific battery technology for our chargers.
Thank you so much. As of now, what are the challenges that you encounter with this lithium-ion technology with your charger?
So even for lithium-ion, ang dami rin po kasing sub-families ng lithium-ion eh. So different doping elements, so may manganese, may cobalt, may nickel, di ba? So each different profile, actually, we have to program the charger na ma-recognize niya. So depending on the technology, we have a specific charging profile for that specific battery. So ganun yung implementation namin for the different batteries. But right now, hindi pala right now. Before, when the industry was new, merong mga lithium-ion na medyo highly unstable. So in the lab, when we were testing yung 30-minute charging namin, there are batteries na actually lumolobo bigla. Bigla siyang uusok. We've seen those tests even in YouTube, di ba? So, ginawa namin yung destructive testing even before we deployed the chargers. So, nagsunog na kami ng batteries sa laboratory and sa EPDC actually, sa facility po ng DOST. So, ginawa na namin lahat ng failure test even before we roll out the chargers and the electric vehicles for close testing muna. And eventually, right now, we're already on a commercial phase po ng deployment.
So, when it comes to standardization, anong dapat gawin ng government for it? Because I think as of now, wala pang standard na set for your charger.
For the charger, sir, there is already a standard identified by the EVITA. So for electric vehicle charging, the national standard is medyo technical, Type 2 for AC and CCS2 for DC fast charging. So kasi before, tama yun, sir. Before, medyo walang standard, so iba-iba. So if your car is from China, iba import. From Europe, iba rin. If it's Tesla, iba. So if you go to a charging station, isa lang yung plug. So hindi mo mapaplug sa sasakyan. So right now, DOE was able to standardize already. So they selected that specific standard na kapag dating ng imported vehicles dito sa atin, isa lang yung port. So they want to make sure na every charging station that will be built, standard yung port. So hindi tayo maghahanap ng ano pang port yung para sa kotse ko dito. So that's a major push already from the government side po, yung standardization.
Last question. Okay. For the last question. So, in this case, hindi kaya mahahadlagan yung development ng batteries natin if we have fixed such a standard sa Philippines? Especially, we are not only developing lithium-ion based technology nor sodium-ion lang na. So, do you think in that case, kung ma-standardize lang siya na isang ganito lang yung gagamitin, hindi kaya yon instead na tawag nito, motivate ng ating researchers to develop more batteries in the country, mas mahadlangan pa yung kanilang tawag niya, endeavors for research.
Not necessarily, sir. Kasi yung standardized naman ng government is actually just the port. So how it looks in dimensions, but not the battery pack. So the regulations are still open if you're going to use lithium-ion, sodium-ion. If you want still lead acid, the older technology. So hindi naman limiting factor yung law. So it's not limiting the use of specific types. But as for safety, meron tayong inadapt na international standards for safety na kailangan yung battery pack mo pumasa dun sa standard na yun. And we have the facility in DTI and DOST to test the safety and reliability of the batteries. Ilalagay natin sa EVs.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you,
you,
sir.
Doc. Right.
Congratulations.
It's just a matter of marketing it for it to become versatile to various battery types and sources. So thank you, Engineer Tayo, for sharing our locally developed charging infrastructure for EVs. So I'll give back the floor to our beautiful and handsome MCs over here.
Okay, thank you so much for that inspiring segment of discussion. Mukhang charge na charge tayong lahat dahil kahit magla-lunch time na talagang madami pang questions. So at this point, we would like to invite again on stage Dr. Lem, Dr. Mel, and Engineer Leo, and Dr. Ian, please, to be on stage for the awarding of our certificates and tokens.
And also, we would like to call Engineer Paul Darwin to represent Dr. Len.